after checking, and it's not driven by aversion or greed, but if it's a wholesome motivation, then is it okay to ask, even if it was not offered freely, is it okay to ask and, and try to get something?
Can.
It is?
This is not adinadana, you asking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because of some necessity for you or something.
But
Asking is not a problem.
But whether or not the other person may not understand already that it's necessary for you. They might have a different view of it, right?
Whatever it is, depend on you.
Or depend on them?
Depend on them. You just asking
check your
right
motivation.
Just enough.
Okay.
It is not adinadana. It is not separately.
Only stealing. Only if you do it without permission of the other person, then it's adinadana. If you take something without the other person's permission,
right,
only
right.
then.
Asking is no problem.
Or if you ask someone who you know can't say no, that would be adinadana.
What?
If you ask someone, say you know
What
somebody
motivation?
who cannot say no.
What kind of motivation you asking?
That's well, I'm saying that would be
That's a
adinadana.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Asking is no problem.
Yeah.
But motivation is problem.
Right.
But excuse me, if the motivation is okay, but the result could be a bad one, could be not a good one, then
sometimes you don't have wisdom. The motivation is good, but you don't have wisdom, not right time, not right situation, then you asking is also not very good. It's also not very good. You should not ask that time. Because of this time he a lot of busy or he very a lot of problem, then you go ask again. Maybe more angry. You need to wait the time he's calm down or sometime.
Yeah. This is in practical life. But I mean, in what concerns the sila, the sila for oneself. So if something is done with a good motivation, but ends up in a catastrophe. Yeah?
What's catastrophe?
Causing damage. Bad results. Bad results.
That means
that is bad.
That's a bad. This is a bad because you don't have wisdom. Motivation is not craving, not aversion, but sometimes you need wisdom also. Some people are very honest. He don't know, he don't have just asking. But sometimes the people are very angry because of not right time.
Well, I've been wanting to ask something, but I don't know if it's right or not. So maybe, so I'll ask.
Now, this is in the new time, you can ask.
It's okay.
Right?
But you'll tell me. It's true, because I've been asking myself all of these questions. Because I think the motivation is right. Just wanting to learn or wanting to understand. Because at Shui Omin, in the mornings you talk about Dhamma, but it's in Burmese, so I don't understand. And so, I don't know, I was wondering if it would be possible before we leave here, if some evening or some time.
This already, I'm talking about this, the right information, the right reminding, not very different. Reminding.
Do you say
with new yogi, I always checking about new yogi mode. I'm talking about the basic reminder, reminding about the don't create anything, don't just right attitude, how to use energy, be careful about energy. That's all.
So you say the same things, no mysterious secret things.
Because I'm talking English, I cannot talk continuously, stuck in the mind. Sometimes I use the Burmese, and slowly the mind flowing coming. Because of many mind is coming and talk. Because I talk with English because I'm not skillful English. So first I need to talk Burmese first, then I translate English and talk. So not flowing.
But English, don't worry, the word, it doesn't matter. It just,
Okay, many people told me that you need to talk English. They want to talk, they want to listen. The Burmese people also, they want to listen in the English interview. Today morning, lunchtime also, I taught Burmese the English also, they want to listen it. What I say.
Easy, Tyler. Just advise them to learn the other
People
language.
don't know, they want to know, right? Maybe I learn more English, learn most, because at that time is more better to grammar also go or sound smooth. But I'm talking with a broken. I use broken English.
But you communicate very well.
Yes.
Yes, informal is more better for me. Formal is not good. Informal is more free, like a more freedom. So if you formal is a little bit more responsibility. Informal is more freedom. That time I'm more relaxed. Yes.
So this morning I noticed that, I mean, until now I've been practicing thinking about practice a lot, and so it felt like I was doing too much. So in the afternoon, I tried to do nothing, and it's interesting because on one end it feels like I'm not aware of as many things at the same time. I'm not aware of seeing, hearing, thinking at the same time. But on the other end, it feels like more natural that I see what happens. I'm not like asking, oh, what's feeling? What is the, you know, what am I feeling? What am I thinking? What am I?
Yeah, no,
just
follow
like,
the object.
Right. Not And so.
Just recognizing what is happening, as much as we can, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But it seems like there's not as much depth. Like I'm not like before I see, oh, this is desire, this, you know, like I see what, I don't know, or at least I label, like, and I see what happens, process. Now I just sometimes I notice more body things or more sounds, and so it's not very
deep. So we need to take a time. This natural practice make continuously. Now you are more effort to try to see something more see because of more detail, more effort. But this is not continued and become tired, tense. Actually, this natural process you maintain every day. The mind become more stronger and stronger. Naturally, you're not doing anything, and naturally you know many things and deeper. Because our nature is working. Beginning, we are not naturally working. We more personally, we try to see. That's why we more see. But this is not very short time only. You cannot maintain long time. So if you natural way, you practice continuously, naturally awareness grows. Gradually, awareness also growing, and understanding also growing. That's better. That is more. This is more. Another idea is coming. Otherwise, personally, we involve. I am doing this. Will you see clearly? Who see? Because I see. I'm doing. Idea of self is involved that time. Personally is forced too much. Naturally is. Nature is working. This idea of right view is already there. I'm not trying. Nature is happening.
But Dhamma Vikaya,
Huh?
like Dhamma Vikaya,
Dhamma Vicaya. If you, this is depend on the practice. Dhamma Vicaya is if your mind calm, more aware of many things, then slowly you use. Sometimes the personality is different. Some intelligent person is no need too much use this investigation. But I need to tell the people because they are not familiar about this investigating. They are not used to in the meditating. They use only effort too much. That's why I more explain about this, asking question, reminding, investigating. But actually the intelligence is, some people, more intelligent person, the naturally awareness growing, wisdom also grow. Only a few times we need to talk for information, give the information, slowly they can apply it. If your awareness continuously, naturally, this is a sampasanya, wisdom is growing. It's a normal, intelligent person. So better is as much as you can, but day by day. But people are not patient. They want to see more. In short time, and they use a lot of effort, and they to see something, to get something, it's only short time. Not very strong. It's natural momentum is growing, it's you cannot immediately go down. Slowly going up, also naturally very powerful. When I practice in daily life, this is my experience. I try to think about my daily life practicing. I also doing the job, business also. The mind is many steps to do. I cannot do anything, but I'm reminding myself to aware, that's all. But long time, the mind slowly growing up, more understanding. This is how long, we don't know. We try to aware every day. Even in the center, we have nothing to do. The mind more free. So that's why the mind more used to practice and more try to see about thinking about practicing. In daily life, I cannot think about practice too much, but I'm not forget to practice, that's all. Many job, many to do. So there also the mind do his job, just reminding awareness is present. Try to remind awareness is present, that's all. But long time, the mind is growing. That is a more natural way. Okay?
So it seems like retreat would be better if we operated in that way. Try to operate in the same way that we do in daily life.
Yes, not very seriously.
Yeah.
That's reminding.
It's just a matter of remembering. Yeah.
Because of now the idea of retreat by practice is try to gain something. Everybody has to do something, they need to expect some result.
You say, there's a really interesting statement in the book that I've been struggling with a bit, which is that when you're on your own, you lose your mindfulness more than when you're in a social gathering, I'm presuming.
Yes.
Yeah, I find for me it's the other way around. On my own,
more aware.
I love more concentration just naturally.
Right. Depend on your practice.
Right.
More practice. You alone, you're more aware, right? Because of this is you more practice. You not practice the daily in crowded.
Yeah.
So this is not familiar. This mind not happy yet. That's why you're aware alone. You're alone, more aware, right?
Yeah, but in the book it says that.
This is my experience. I practice in the daily life and in the market.
Yeah.
So I try to mindful. Many people around me, I lose awareness. So I try every time like this, and later become habit. If you're more crowded, the mind more inside. Because of this sign is danger. You lose the awareness. You can lose the awareness. That's why the effort is more effort coming, more reminding. Be careful, be careful, be careful. It's a long time. Then this changing.
Okay.
Depend on this experience, the mind coming.
Yeah.
Right?
But even if it's like listening, talking is the worst for me.
Yes.
Trying to be mindful. That's
Because
a new
of
concept.
you never practiced before.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why. This is the mind is because of object. The many mind is happening.
Yeah.
Because of conditioning. That's why the mind is. Because of object, the mind happening. Something you forget to forget the things. Then sometimes I cannot remember where I put the things.
Yeah.
But I go there. Crossing. The mind see something, then remember come. I'm not thinking too much because I use the mind nature. This is the mind habit. The mind pattern have. Because this object, the mind happening all the time, naturally they come.
Yeah.
Because of conditioning, this is a nature, this is conditioning. Because of object, the memory come.
Okay. I'm still, it's been a conundrum trying to work out why you lose your mindfulness more on your own. And I understand what you're saying, but I'm still struggling. Why am I losing? Why should I be losing my mindfulness more if I'm on my own?
When you're own, you are not mindful, you are not released. Sometimes it's like this. If you're more crowded, you're more aware. Mean, right? If you're not crowded, then you let go. Okay, no problem. Oh, okay, free. Now free. So the mind not aware.
Yeah.
For example,
yeah.
when you are in the Dhamma hall, have many people, so
Yeah.
you're more aware, right?
I guess, yeah, if I meditate, this
Right,
is right, if
right.
I meditate.
Because
yeah.
of the mind thing, many people, they look at me. So if you're in the many people there, you're more practice in Dhamma hall. If you're alone, your home, your room, people lost. People lost. Because of they think this is not meditating time. In Dhamma hall is should be meditating.
Oh yeah, but outside of the meditation.
This is also habit.
Yeah.
Many people, they stop meditating, they start to lose.
Can I just give a different, say for instance you're walking down to the shops here on your own, or in your own town, city, wherever, and if you're on your own, the difference for me being on my own walking down, for me personally, maybe I'm a bit strange, but I find I can be a lot more mindful than if I've got one buddy with me, or
Right.
2 or 3.
But because of you practice alone is more practicing. So this is a habit. Different. Many yogi in the center also, they outside the room outside they become aware. They go to the empty room, they lose. They're not thinking this is not meditating time. In Dhamma hall, now you go to Dhamma hall, then the meditating time. So they more meditate.
Yeah.
Alone they not well mindful, so lose. Depend on your practice. Right?
Thank you.
So I wanted to report an experience that's sort of a day-long experience of when we went to Inle Lake. I found in the morning I was very aware, but not with effort, just very easily aware of what was happening. Right after breakfast we got on the bus, and everything I was just seemed to have had a little bit of right view that whatever's happening is just happening. And I heard we were on that little bus maybe which we hadn't planned on or something, and I could hear expressions of that's not comfortable or something, and it didn't even occur to me, just naturally going. Everything seemed fine. We stopped for the toilet, we didn't stop, whatever was happening was, whichever way it happened, no problem. We got there and it was cold, and the lake was beautiful, and I noticed that there was no reaction to that. There was not, oh, this is such a beautiful lake, or it's uncomfortably cold. Nothing, no feeling.
Why? Why? If you're normal, if you're not meditating and go there, maybe you surprised or like this.
Yeah.
Right? Because of your mind is move, you're aware.
Yes, and it was
Emotion not immediately not very strong.
with no effort, nothing. And then sometime before, when we went to the pagoda.
This moment they also have, moment to moment also have powerful.
Yes.
Yes.
But this broke when we went to the pagoda, at the top where lots of little stupas around. The pagoda, yeah, after the market we went up, and there and lunchtime, I felt like at that time I started really enjoying things. What a beautiful view! This and then lunch, and that too I noticed at the end of the process of maybe around 1.5 hours or 2 hours that I had done many things which I wouldn't have if I had been aware. I would have thought it wrong to do that. And in fact, just by the time, a little after lunch or so, I had actually been enjoying things all the while, but in reality I was very tense, and I can safely say that it was the worst lunch experience of my whole time at Sri Umi. And the moment I realized that, again I became very, awareness came back.
Right.
I was very relaxed.
Yes.
And we went to many places after that. I think we were all more tired, and I too was more tired at that time of the day. I was not interested in shopping or anything, but we made, shopping stops.
Okay.
But none of that bothered me at all.
Yeah.
So no problem, very, very relaxed. And then the lake again was very beautiful, sunset, everything. But none of that, it wasn't like, oh, this is beautiful. Nothing happened. And at that time when I couldn't see beauty and I couldn't feel aversion to anything, was actually the time when I was very, very relaxed. No problem at all.
So it depends on your practice. If your awareness is weaker, the family start to enjoy. But now the awareness comes back, then the family, it is a black and white like this. Huh? Seesaw. Like this, which more stronger?
Strangely, Sayadaw, sorry, I just wanted to complete that. Strangely, I found that there was another concept of beauty, somehow separate. I was taking pictures at that time, and in a way, something was telling me this is a beautiful scene you can take a picture of. At the same time, without enjoying in any way I don't know what that means then to say that, oh, this is beautiful, I can take a picture of it, but I wasn't personally feeling any pleasure or aversion. I could take a garbage dump also as an interesting picture in some way without, I don't know what that was.
So
what does it mean to say this is a beautiful picture?
This depends on your express the mind, right? The mind, you think beautiful, then you just enjoy this is beautiful, right?
Yeah, but without thinking that, without a feeling of enjoyment, still some other idea of this is beautiful for a picture, but not
that's
beautiful.
Why I know this time I'm not bringing the camera. Very relaxed. I know my camera I need to do something. So this is busy. So only very necessary thing, that's why I use the iPhone. That's all. When I remember I go to first time I go to America, then Golden Bridge, my brother bring me. Then he said, "You stay here. You stay here. You stay here." Then also I take a picture. After that I don't see the Golden Gate. I cannot see that. I forget to go because of picture busy. I don't see very clearly the Golden Gate. I remember, go look, remember back, what's the Golden Gate?
You have to look at the pictures.
My brother was very ethic. He's America system, America style. After this, next. And I follow him. He meditate also very funny. He first time he said, if you are rising, he aware the rising falling. He noticed the rising, then he waiting the falling. You know the falling, he waiting the rising. This is American style. Next step, already think about next step. Only know that a little bit, and he waiting another next step. He cannot stay in the present moment. Totally, all of rising, no. Rising, no, finish. Then I realized, oh, this is American style. In not present moment, stay longer. Because American changing too much. So what?
So, is there any situation in which craving is useful?
Useful for meditation.
For example, yesterday morning when we reach the restaurant, then awareness is not somehow not
very
awake.
Oh, okay.
But at the moment when I saw the bowl of noodles, they give to Sayadaw, then the mind, oh wow, then the mind very totally awake.
Change.
So at that moment also support to the awareness.
Because of your wisdom, your awareness wisdom is coming. Now these are really working. Before it's not working very well.
That is a kind of craving, not the wisdom.
What craving? Now you really realize what happening now, right?
Because I saw the bowl of noodles very wonderful.
Because you are always be careful about lava, right? Now these days you take care of the lava, right? So when you see the lava, the wisdom is coming. Because of lava, not because of lava. It is the moment, because of conditioning. Every time lava comes, you practice very well, very awake. So that's why you see the lava, then it is coming. Not because of lava. This is only because of you not see the whole picture, then you become down. You think it's because of lava. Why? But can't wait. You don't know. You forget about your meditative mind. This is the whole process. You need to know that every day, everything. You need interest. Oh, yes.
So when I was meditating more involved, what I was doing more than effort, it seems like the two things that were important was interest and intention. So whether I'm lost or not, I'm just, so what is happening? Or like, is there, an asked question, interest comes. And then after, if I was a little bit lost or awareness was a little bit not as good, I come back, it's like what am I doing? It's like, this is interesting, I'm here, like I want to be, I want to know, and that's the intention. And doing that, the gaps in awareness were less and less.
What less and less?
The not aware.
Yeah.
I become more and more aware.
Right.
But in the five virya, there is no intention, no interest. What are they? I mean, interest is wisdom.
Right.
What is intention? Like how
intention? And five indriya?
Yeah.
Five indriya is saddha.
Oh, saddha.
Faith. Saddha, confident about practicing. We call faith. Is a saddha and wisdom. Yes. Intention means you, because interest the mind already in the practicing, awareness, effort, already working. So I think for you, it's no need to be trying to be mindful. You just reminding your mind is working very well. That's enough, right? I noticed about your nature is no need too much mindful. Just reminding your mind is working. So if you want to know is intention, in the five India, what is the intention? What do you ask me now? Right? Yeah. Intention is awareness. Awareness there, samadhi there, and continue practice effort there, and faith, confidence about practicing, and also this interest, wisdom. That's enough. And intention and awareness will be similar.
Because it seems like, for example, if, like he was saying, with the bowl of noodles or with something, there is kind of like a memory.
Global can happen.
Right, can come.
Right.
And then I ask myself, it's like, what's more important? Like, what is more important for me? And so it feels like intention has a little bit of strength.
Intention is intention to do. Intention to do. Oh, okay. Intention is the desire, like desire.
Right.
Yes, in faith. In the faith. Willing to practice.
But is there also like kind of like a reminding of what's more important for me. Like, because in that moment, if
Right.
the family...
What is more important? Yeah, you can use the question, that's enough. Use the question to mind more awake.
Right, that's what it seems like.
Right. I think this just reminding, just some question use this enough. Then the whole mind is working itself. Already there. And also more relaxed. The naturally the mind can do his job. It's just reminding. Before you use a lot of effort. Try this, try that. No need to try now. Just asking, the mind is working. That's enough. But don't forget to remind me all the time. Okay? This work, the clock is working?
No.
Oh, really?
Twice a day. Twice a day it's correct.
Somebody fix it.
2 times a day it's correct.
Oh.
It's working now.
Is it working now?
It was for 1 day left.
No, it's not even correct twice a day. It's 2 minutes past always. Yeah, but set the time.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Huh?
New activity for tomorrow.
Okay. Only for breakfast. For lunch.
For breakfast and lunch?
No. Lunch also.
Yeah.
Lunch also. Maybe you and Korean, somebody bring it up. Where pasta? Where's the pasta?
Basti is on the toilet.
Huh?
He went to the toilet just a moment ago.
Oh. How many people they go?
Oh, so it's Bagan people, so...
No, lunchtime.
Yeah, Korean monk,
Korean man and
Japanese,
man. Yeah, you
me, Bagan people. Who are Bagan?
9 It's 9.
Charlie,
Okay, well, hands up.
Hawken,
But only Bagan, I don't understand.
Thiền.
Only Bagan people go, I don't understand.
Yeah, we wanted to give to offer lunch for organizers. So for Hawken and Thiền to say thank you.
Okay.
So 9, maybe 8 or 9. Huh?
But you can count 10. You wanna count?
No, I mean, the thing is, no, because I don't know, is it only for a group or is it for everybody?
Just the group.
It was just the group, okay.
Sayadaw, when will you leave? When do you leave?
22nd morning, 4 a.m. Then I need to go to the lunch in the Theravada. So I already told the office they will arrange for 20 start morning, 4 a.m. right?
Yeah. Is there somebody I can call if we're delayed at that hour? You know, or
I remind the yogi already that maybe come. I already Zema and Dada also I already tell her.
So he'll wait for us.
Yeah, they will wait to you. I already told them that the car driver also have in center he sleep.
He sleeps at the center.
Right.
Okay.
Don't call me, no. I already arranged too.